All right, so get this. We're diving deep into the habits of millionaires based on this Real Life English podcast episode.
Okay.
It's called 10 Habits of Millionaires You Should Start Today.
Yeah.
And I'm already hooked. Like, are these habits really unique to millionaires, or are these just good practices for anyone,
Right.
who wants to level up their life?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out, right?
Exactly.
It's fascinating to me, this idea that anyone can apply these principles.
Yeah.
It's not really about the label millionaire. It's more about understanding the mindset behind their success.
It's not about wishing on a star for a giant pile of cash, right?
Right.
The episode starts off by saying how millionaires set these super clear goals.
Mhm.
Like one example they give is, I want to earn $500,000 in the next 3 years through my business.
Right.
Not just I want to be rich someday.
Exactly. That detail is key because it gives you a concrete target, right?
Yeah.
It's the difference between wandering aimlessly and having a roadmap with a destination.
Oh, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
I think I would be way more motivated if I had that kind of laser focus for my goals.
Yeah.
What about you?
Absolutely. And, it's a good challenge for all of us listening, right?
Yeah.
Can you pinpoint one goal and give it that millionaire level clarity?
I love that.
All right. So as you're working towards that goal, consider this next habit. Millionaires prioritize learning.
Oh, okay.
So the episode mentions Warren Buffett,
Oh.
who supposedly spends the majority of his day reading 80%.
Oh, wow.
He's got this famous quote, the more you learn, the more you earn.
I love that quote.
And I'm curious, what do you think? Is there really a connection there?
That one surprised me, 80% of his day reading. That's intense.
It is, yeah.
But I do like the idea that knowledge directly leads to greater earning potential. I think that's super interesting.
Well, think about it, right?
Yeah.
The more you know, the better equipped you are to spot opportunities.
For sure.
Make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Even avoid costly mistakes.
Right.
Whether you're mastering your field or understanding the intricacies of investing, knowledge is power.
It really is. It's true. And you don't have to become a bookworm overnight.
Right.
Just dedicating even a small chunk of time each day adds up.
Yeah.
30 minutes a day gets you over 180 hours a year.
That's true.
That's a lot of time.
Okay, now brace yourself. The next habit is waking up early.
Okay.
And I'm talking really early. Like Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, wakes up at 3:45 a.m.
Wait, seriously, 3.45?
3:45.
I'm not even sure I'd call that morning.
Right.
But I get that the point is not about sleep deprivation. It's about finding that quiet, focused time before the world explodes with demands on you.
Exactly. Those early hours, they offer a chance to work without distractions.
Right.
Think strategically and really set the tone for a productive day.
I can see that even for us, non-morning people out there.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for carving out a little solo time before the chaos hits.
Not sure.
I wonder if even shifting my schedule 15 minutes earlier could make a difference.
It's worth a try. Right?
Yeah.
Small adjustments can have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit to the next habit millionaires network, strategically.
Okay.
It's not about collecting business cards at every event.
Yeah.
It's about building the right relationships.
I see that.
Yeah.
They're not just trying to climb some social ladder, right?
Exactly.
It's about connecting with people who inspire them, challenge their thinking, and really open doors to new opportunities.
Yeah, it's about forming genuine connections
Yeah.
that benefit both parties,
Yeah.
building a support system of people who lift each other up.
I love that. So how can we apply that in our own lives?
Well, the episode suggests engaging with people you admire,
Okay.
maybe through platforms like LinkedIn,
Yeah.
just starting a conversation or sharing thoughtful comments on their work.
I like that. And you never know where genuine engagement might lead, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, this next habit might surprise you. It's about valuing time over money.
Oh, yeah. This one really resonated with me. I've always felt that time is our most precious resource.
It really is.
And it seems like millionaires get that too. They're super intentional about how they spend their time, prioritizing high-impact activities and delegating tasks whenever possible.
They understand their own value.
Yeah.
And they focus on their strengths.
Right.
Outsourcing tasks that can be handled by others frees them up to concentrate on what they do best.
It's like a mindset shift.
Yeah.
The episode had this practical tip. I loved it.
Yeah.
Write down all your daily tasks and identify the ones that only you can do. And then everything else, figure out if it can be delegated or automated.
Great exercise in reclaiming your time.
Yeah.
Focusing on what truly matters.
Yes. All right, on to the next habit.
Discipline.
Discipline.
It might not sound glamorous,
Yeah.
but it's the cornerstone of consistent action,
Okay.
even when motivation wanes.
So millionaires don't just rely on these fleeting bursts of inspiration, right? They cultivate discipline, they establish routines, and stick to them even when it's tough. Like the episode uses the example of fitness.
Right.
A lot of millionaires prioritize exercise not because they love every workout,
Right.
but because they understand the importance of it.
They're playing the long game.
Yeah.
Discipline is about making choices that align with your long-term goals, even when they require those short-term sacrifices.
Well, then, think about all those areas where we could use a little more discipline, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's sticking to a budget, investing regularly, resisting those impulse purchases.
Right. Delaying gratification for something bigger.
Yes, exactly. All right, speaking of finances, the next habit is investing wisely.
Okay.
Millionaires don't just park their money in savings accounts, they put it to work through investments.
Yeah.
And that could be anything from stocks and real estate to investing in their own education or businesses. And it all comes back to that concept of compound interest, right?
Exactly.
That idea that even small, consistent investments can grow exponentially over time.
Yeah.
It's like magic. But really, it's just the power of time and smart decision making.
I agree. And for those new to investing, starting small with low-risk options like index funds,
Yeah.
it's a good way to kind of dip your toes in the water.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we get too deep into investment strategies,
Sure.
let's talk about another fundamental habit, staying healthy.
Okay, so millionaires recognize that their health is their greatest asset.
For sure.
Without it, wealth loses its meaning,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They prioritize exercise, nutrition, mental well-being. They understand that these are all interconnected.
So it's not about these extreme diets or grueling workouts.
Right.
It's about those sustainable habits that support long-term well-being. Like what a 30-minute walk, balanced meals, even incorporating mindfulness practices like meditation.
Yeah.
These are all things that anyone can do.
And these seemingly small changes, they can make a huge difference in your energy levels,
Right.
focus, and overall quality of life.
Huge difference. So what can you do today to boost your well-being? It could be swapping soda for water, taking the stairs, trying a quick meditation app.
Right.
Small steps, big impact.
Okay, now on to a habit that might challenge your comfort zone a bit, taking calculated risks.
Ooh, I like this one.
Millionaires aren't afraid to step outside their comfort zones, but they approach risks strategically.
So it's not about being reckless or jumping into things blindly.
Oh.
They do their research, they weigh the potential downsides,
Yeah.
and make informed decisions based on solid information.
They understand that growth and innovation often require venturing into the unknown.
Yeah, the episode challenged listeners to think about areas where they've been playing it safe.
Okay.
And consider taking a calculated risk could be starting a side hustle, learning a new skill,
Right.
or even just having a difficult conversation you've been putting off. What's one step you can take today to kind of push yourself a little further?
And finally, let's shift from personal gain to something bigger, giving back.
Okay.
Millionaires often recognize that true success extends beyond accumulating wealth. They find fulfillment in contributing to their communities and making a positive impact on the world.
And it's not always about donating huge sums of money either, right? It
Yeah.
could be volunteering time, sharing your skills, or supporting a cause you believe in.
It's about leveraging your success to make a difference in the lives of others.
Yeah. And you don't have to wait until you're a millionaire to start, right?
Absolutely.
Even small acts of giving can create this ripple effect of positivity.
I agree.
Think about what resonates with you, volunteering at a local charity, mentoring someone in your field, or simply just being more mindful of your impact on the world around you.
Yeah.
There you have it, 10 habits of millionaires. But as we've been discussing, these aren't just secrets to getting rich.
Right.
They're really about cultivating a success mindset, which applies to anyone, regardless of your financial goals.
Yeah, it's been fascinating unpacking these habits and seeing how they can be applied in our own lives.
Totally.
But, before we move on, there's a question that's been swirling in my mind that I want to throw out to you.
Right.
So the episode doesn't really address this directly, but it's worth considering.
Okay.
Do these habits create millionaires, or are they simply traits that successful people tend to develop along the way?
Oh, that is a great question.
Yeah.
It's like the classic chicken or the egg scenario, right?
Yeah.
Do these habits pave the path to wealth, or do they emerge as a result of success?
Yeah.
It's a little mind-bending.
It is.
But that's what makes these deep dives so fun.
I agree.
So we'll let you ponder that for a bit as we head into the next part of our exploration.
All right, stay tuned.
Yeah, it really is a fascinating question, isn't it?
It is.
Do these habits shape individuals into becoming millionaires?
Right.
Or are they simply characteristics that successful people tend to develop as they go?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a blend of both.
Yeah, it's like this feedback loop,
Right.
Success reinforces certain behaviors, and those behaviors in turn fuel even greater success.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. Absolutely. And as we kind of delve deeper into these millionaire habits,
Yeah.
it's crucial to remember that they're not a foolproof guarantee of wealth.
Right.
I mean, countless factors contribute to financial success,
Of course.
many of which are beyond our control.
That's true. We can't control everything.
Right.
But I do think we can control our mindset and actions.
Absolutely.
And these habits do provide a solid framework
Yeah.
for cultivating the kind of thinking and behavior that can increase our chances of success, not just financially, but in all areas of life.
I think that's a crucial point.
Yeah.
These habits are about so much more than just accumulating wealth.
Yeah, for sure.
They're about personal growth, developing a growth mindset, becoming more disciplined,
Right.
prioritizing learning, nurturing meaningful relationships.
Yeah.
These qualities can enrich our lives in countless ways,
Absolutely.
regardless of our financial status.
Couldn't agree more. It's about becoming the best versions of ourselves, and that's a journey I think is worth embarking on.
Absolutely. And as we continue exploring these habits,
Yeah.
it's helpful to kind of consider how they might manifest differently in various contexts.
Okay.
What works for one person might need to be adapted or tweaked for another.
That's true.
It's about finding what resonates with you and incorporating these principles in a way that aligns with your values and goals.
That's such a good point. It's not about blindly copying someone else's blueprint for success, right? It's about understanding the principles and making them our own.
Exactly. It's about, grasping the philosophy behind each habit.
Yeah.
And then figuring out how to apply it in a way that feels authentic and sustainable.
Love that. So as we move forward, let's keep that in mind. It's not about a one-size-fits-all approach,
right,
but about taking these valuable insights and tailoring them to our own lives.
I like that, making them our own.
Yeah.
Personalizing these principles.
Yeah.
Experimenting with different approaches and discovering what truly works for us as individuals.
I love that. Which brings us back to that thought-provoking question we posed earlier.
Okay.
Do these habits create millionaires?
Right.
Or are they traits that successful people tend to develop?
Perhaps the answer lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
These habits might not be a guaranteed recipe for wealth.
Right.
But they definitely seem to be common threads running through the tapestry of success.
Yeah, and by adopting these habits, we're not just mimicking millionaires.
Right.
We're cultivating qualities that can empower us to achieve our own unique definition of success.
Precisely. It's about embracing a growth mindset.
Yeah.
Valuing our time, investing in ourselves, and contributing to something larger than ourselves.
Yes.
These principles can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life, both personally and professionally.
So whether or not we aspire to millionaire status,
Right.
there's a lot we can learn from these habits. They offer valuable insights into the mindset and behaviors that can kind of propel us toward our goals, whatever they may be.
Absolutely. And, as we conclude this part of our deep dive, let's remember that the journey to success is an ongoing process.
It is.
It's about continuous learning, adaptation, and refinement.
It's about embracing the journey with all of its challenges and triumphs.
Yes.
And constantly striving to become the best versions of ourselves.
And who knows, maybe along the way,
yeah,
we'll even pick up a few millionaire habits that help us achieve our dreams.
Now that's something to look forward to, ready to explore some practical ways to put these habits into action.
Let's do it.
Let's head into the final part of our deep dive. Welcome back to our deep dive into the habits of millionaires. We've unpacked a lot so far.
We have.
And now it's time to get practical.
Okay.
How can we actually put these principles into practice in our own lives?
Right. That's a crucial step, isn't it?
It is.
It's one thing to understand these habits intellectually, but the real transformation happens when we actually put that knowledge into action.
Totally. It's like having a toolbox full of shiny new tools.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do us much good if we don't know how to use them.
Exactly. So let's talk about some practical strategies
Okay.
for incorporating these millionaire habits into our daily lives.
All right. So first things first, we got to remember that change doesn't happen overnight, right?
Right.
Like Trying to implement all 10 habits at once is a recipe for overwhelm.
For sure.
And probably burnout.
Yeah, the key is to start small and focus on consistency.
Okay.
Pick one habit that really resonates with you and make a conscious effort to integrate it into your life.
The episode suggested starting with something manageable, like dedicating 30 minutes each day to learning or waking up even 15 minutes earlier than usual.
Right. Small changes applied consistently over time can lead to remarkable results.
They really can, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly.
It's about finding what resonates with you.
And adapting these principles to fit your unique lifestyle and goals.
Yeah, that's so important. We're not trying to fit ourselves into some predefined mold, right?
Totally.
We're taking these principles and shaping them
Right.
to fit our own individual journeys.
I like that a lot. The episode also emphasized the importance of accountability.
Oh, for sure.
Like having a support system, whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a coach,
Yeah,
can make a huge difference in staying motivated and on track.
absolutely. Sharing your goals with someone you trust and checking in regularly can provide encouragement, support,
Yeah.
and even a gentle nudge when you need it.
It's like having a cheerleader in your corner reminding you why you started in the first place.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to go it alone.
Right?
There are tons of resources available to support you on your journey.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. There are books,
Yeah.
podcasts, online courses, workshops, you name it.
Yeah.
Whatever area you're looking to improve, there are experts and communities out there ready to help. So don't hesitate to seek out information. Connect with like-minded individuals
Yeah.
and keep learning and growing.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the habits of millionaires,
Yeah.
let's remember that the journey to success is a marathon, not a sprint.
It's about embracing the process, celebrating small victories, and learning from setbacks.
It's about cultivating a growth mindset,
Uh-huh.
believing in ourselves, and taking consistent action towards our goals.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe by adopting some of these millionaire habits,
Yeah.
we'll all be a little bit closer to achieving our own unique definition of success.
Right. That's what it's all about. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating exploration.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to put these habits into action.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving to become the best versions of yourselves.